What infections like the flu and COVID-19, chronic disease including autoimmune conditions, mental health disorders, and metabolic disorders have in common? Patients with these conditions often suffer from malaise, a persistent feeling of discomfort, uneasiness, or fatigue that is difficult to pinpoint or describe. Wait, that sounds like a feeling you, or at least someone you know, might have experienced. That's because modern-day challenges and our fast-paced lifestyles often lead to stress. Many people lack the time and energy to exercise, rest adequately, or maintain a nutritious diet. Are you frustrated because you've tried everything? Your test results are fine. You signed up for Pilates. You've diligently taken all the supplements. Yet that nagging condition just won't go away. Why? Because before you can fix the problem, you first need to know what the problem actually is. And what do we call that? Diagnosis. Only when the problem is identified correctly can you apply the right treatment. The following statement reflects my personal opinion and is intentionally generalized to make a point. Western diagnosis can feel like trying to get around Los Angeles without a car. For example, you might start with an EKG, then move on to radiology for an X-ray, followed by lab work. Oh, and if you need both your ankle and tibia X-rayed, you need separate appointments, even though they are just a few inches apart. On top of that, you'll need to visit different specialists, like a cardiologist, orthopedist, and hopefully your primary physician can connect the dots after gathering all the results and specialist opinions. The fact that the majority of people still suffer from malaise suggests that either your primary physician wasn't able to connect the dots, or there are crucial pieces missing from your diagnosis. Now let's turn to traditional Chinese medicine diagnosis. Modern-day TCM applies a holistic approach known as Wang Wen Wen Qie, which translated to observation, listening, smelling, inquiry, and palpation. These four diagnostic methods work together to create a comprehensive understanding of a patient's condition, focusing on both physical and energetic imbalances. Is that all there is? Not quite. Because even though these four methods are effective, they are primarily focused on you, the individual. And like Western diagnosis, there's still an important piece missing. We're part of the Earth and the universe. And whether we realize it or not, we are influenced by external factors such as surrounding energy, vibrations, weather, seasonal change, and more. Therefore, it's vital to understand these external factors in relation to our physical constitution to achieve a truly holistic diagnosis and treatment. So the million-dollar question is, how can we understand these external factors in relation to our physical constitution? Using the ancient art of diagnosis through numbers of the birthday, I can identify why someone might be prone to specific physical or mental conditions and craft treatments tailored to the principles of the 5 movement and 6 qi. This isn't magic. It's 2,000 years of time-tested wisdom. Throughout history, similar codes of profound knowledge have been safeguarded, hidden in ancient sciences and traditions. From the pages of the sacred texts, like the Bible and Jewish mysticism, to the teachings of Pythagoras, the mysteries of Babylonia, and the wisdom of ancient Egypt, this exoteric understanding have influenced human history. Secret societies have meticulously guarded these insights, ensuring they remain beyond the reach of the general public. Clues of this hidden world occasionally surface, such as in Jay-Z's album 444, offering a glimpse into a realm where your numbers, hold the key to your health, your energy, and even your future. And today, I'm going to unveil the secret of this birthday number diagnosis as revealed in the ancient wisdom of the young emperors in the canon. To better illustrate this method, I'll provide a diagnosis and health recommendations based on the birth year number of someone well known. Before we get to that, let's first learn the fundamentals of the calculation. First, understanding the Chinese calendar system. Based on the Sexagenary cycle, the system combines 10 heavenly stems and 12 earthly branches to form a repeating cycle. Here's how it works. The 10 heavenly stems are A. Jia, B. Yi, C. Bing, D. Ding, E. Wu, F. Ji, G. Geng, H. Xin, I. Ren, J. Gui. The 12 earthly branches are 1. Zi, 2. Cou, 3. Yin, 4. Mao, 5. Chen, 6. Si, 7. Wu, 5. Wei, 9. Shen, 10. You, 11. Xu, 12. Hai. Each year in the cycle is represented by a unique combination of 1 heavenly stem and 1 earthly branches. For example, the first year is Jiazhi, A1, stem Jiazhi. This year, 2024, is Jiacheng, A5, stem Jia, branch Chen. Heavenly stem Jia, young wood. Characteristic: represent growth, vitality, and expansion. Often likened to tall, sturdy tree reaching upward and deep roots. It signifies beginning, renewal, and resilience, associated with creativity, assertiveness, and adaptability. Young wood encourages new opportunities, breakthroughs, and development. Reflects a strong drive toward action and upward growth. 2. Earth branches, Chen. It's young earth, which is associated with stability, grounding, and support, as earth's energy is dominant. Symbolizes a transitional period, blending dynamic and stability forces. Young earth creates a balance between growth wood and stability earth, reflects the potential for transformation and powerful change while maintaining a sense of foundation. The cycle repeats every 60 years. The exact start date of the Sexagenary cycle isn't definitely recorded, but it traced back at least 4,000 years. It was likely established during the Shang dynasty in 1600 to 1046 BCE or earlier, as evidenced by oracle bones. Archaeological evidence from the Shang dynasty include inscriptions of the heavenly stems and earthly branches, indicating the cycle was already in use for recording days, year, and events. The cycle is deeply tied to Chinese cosmology, particularly yin-yang theory. The alternating nature of yin and yang is embedded in both the heavenly stems and earthly branches. 5 elements. The stems and branches are linked to wood, fire, earth, metal, and water, creating dynamic interactions over time. Today, this calculation can also be confirmed with traditional Chinese elements, Chinese zodiac or Sexagenary cycle charts. Next, we continue to unveil the second piece of the ancient art of diagnosis, the influence of Sitian and Zaiquan from the 5 movements and 6 qi on individual constitution and annual climate changes. Concepts of Sitian and Zaiquan. Sitian refers to the predominantly heavenly influence in the overarching climatic chain for year. It governs atmospheric phenomena like wind, heat, and humidity on a macro level. Zaiquan refers to the predominant earthly influence. It affects more localized climate characteristics like ground level moisture, cold, or warmth. Example for 2024. In 2024, Sitian is dominated by Taiyang cold water, meaning the general climate will likely feature cooler and wetter conditions in the first half of the year, with an increased likelihood of cold air mass. and potentially more precipitation in spring and early summer. It may also result in a more pronounced late winter chill. The Zaiquan for 2024 is Zaiquan ministerial fire, suggesting that the second half of the year may trend upward warmth, with dry heat potentially affecting late summer and autumn. This could lead to an intensification of dry heat and possibly prolonged warm spells, particularly in regions prone to such conditions. Tendency of individual constitution. In a year like 2024, with cold water as Sitian, cold-related imbalances and disorders such as chills, joint pain, and respiratory issues, cold, asthma, may become prevalent, particularly in individuals with young deficient or cold-sensitive constitutions. During a year with menstrual fire, as Zaiquan issues such heat symptoms, irritability, insomnia may increase, especially for individuals prone to yin deficiency or heat sensitivity. The final piece of the ancient art of diagnosis is the generating and controlling cycles in the 5 elements. Generating cycle. The generating cycle illustrates the supportive and nurturing relationships among the 5 elements: wood, fire, earth, metal, and water, reflecting the natural process of growth and promotion in the universe. Wood generates fire. Wood burns to create fire. Fire generates earth. Fire's ashes return to the earth. Earth generates metals. Metals are formed within the earth. Metal generates water. Metal cools and condenses, symbiotically producing water. Water generates wood. Water nourishes plants, enabling wood to grow. The generating cycle represents a positive supportive flow, promoting growth and continuity. 2. Controlling cycle. The controlling cycle illustrates the restraining and balancing relationships among the 5 elements, reflecting the mechanisms of regulation and harmony in nature. Wood controls earth. Tree roots penetrate and break down soil. Earth controls water. Earth absorbs and blocks water flow. Water controls fire. Water extinguishes fire. Fire controls metal. Fire melts metal. Metal controls wood. Metal tools can cut down trees. The controlling cycle represents a regulating force, preventing excess and maintaining balance. 3. Overall principle of generating and controlling cycles. Dynamic balance. Generating promotes growth while controlling prevents excess, maintaining equilibrium. Continuous cycle. The interplay of generating and controlling ensures the dynamic and cyclical nature of the 5 elements. Applications. These principles are widely applied in traditional Chinese medicine, feng shui, and philosophy to explain the interactions between human and nature. In summary, generating is like the nurturing relationship of a parent and child. Controlling is like a guidance between a ruler and subject. Together, they maintain harmony and balance in the system. Now that you possess all the necessary knowledge of the secret of the birthday number diagnosis as revealed in the ancient text of the Yellow Emperor's inner canon, I'm ready to become more like a role-play President Biden's holistic healer. Here is my diagnosed and personalized health advice for him, and that will be in the next video. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and share it with anyone you think would benefit. Remember to subscribe so you can keep getting tips on health and wellness. And if there's a topic you want to see in future videos, mention it in the comments. See you in the next video.